They organized a beauty contest to find the hottest female in the galaxy. The Galactic Council hadn't convened to debate war, trade, or diplomacy this time. Instead, they gathered for something more ridiculous, at least to Captain Elias Marrow. A galaxy-wide beauty contest? He muttered, running a hand over his short beard as the holoscreen replayed the official announcement. With all the problems in the Orion sector, this is their solution? His co-pilot, the insectoid Crix, clicked his mandibles. The council says morale is low. Billions are weary of conflict. They want entertainment. Entertainment. Elias scoffed. This is political theater dressed in lipstick and sequins. Still, there it was. Across 1,000 worlds, invitations were dispatched. Any being, human, alien, hybrid, who considered herself beautiful was encouraged to compete. The prize, a crown of celestial gold, a seat on the council's cultural board, and the honor of being declared the hottest female in the galaxy. The arrival. Elias and Crix were tasked with escorting contestants from remote colonies to the council's space station, Aurora Prime. The first he met was Talira, a tall, silver-skinned woman from Vera 6. Her body shimmered faintly, as though light itself clung to her curves. When she smiled, even Elias forgot his cynicism for a heartbeat. Next came Liye, a human from the mining world of Caldus. She wore simple clothes and carried calloused hands that spoke of hard labor. She didn't look like she belonged in a beauty contest, but her eyes, steady and sharp, held something magnetic. And then there was Jexa, the flame dancer of Quran. Her body literally radiated heat, the temperature around her rising several degrees as she stepped aboard. Rumor had it she could ignite her skin in fire without burning herself. Careful, Crix buzzed. If the title is truly hottest female, she may win by default. Elias smirked. Depends whether they mean temperature or looks. The contest begins. Aurora Prime was transformed into a floating coliseum of beauty and spectacle. Thousands of beings crowded the viewing decks, while billions more tuned in via holostream. The contest had 3 rounds: elegance, talent, and truth. In the elegance round, contestants paraded in garments crafted by designers from a dozen worlds. Jexa walked in a gown of molten threads that smoked as she moved. Talira wore a dress spun from starlight crystals, each gem pulsing with faint energy. Liye, however, stepped on stage in her miner's uniform, dust and all. Whispers rippled through the crowd. Some laughed at her audacity. Others couldn't look away. She's either incredibly brave or incredibly stupid, Elias muttered. She is honest, Crix corrected. The talent round. Contestants displayed their skills. A Syrian sang with 8 throats at once, weaving harmonies that made listeners weep. A Falori dancer moved with such grace her shadow seemed to perform with her. Jexa ignited herself in controlled flames, spinning fire so hot it melted the stage beneath her feet. Then Liye walked forward. She didn't dance. She didn't sing. Instead, she held up a lump of dull ore. This is what feeds our worlds, she said into the mic. I've mined it since I was 12. We tear it from the dark, breathing dust, bleeding knuckles. I can't spin fire or sparkle, but I can endure. She raised her hammer and split the rock in 2, revealing veins of glowing crystal inside. Silence filled the arena. Then applause thundered, not for spectacle, but for raw truth. The truth round. Here, contestants were asked one question. What is beauty? The answers ranged from flowery to self-centered. Beauty, Talira said, is the shimmer of perfection. Beauty, Jexa declared, is fire, the power to consume and captivate. When it was Liye's turn, she hesitated, then lifted the mic. Beauty is survival, she said simply. It's when you still stand after the galaxy has tried to break you. It's the scars you carry, not the paint you hide beneath. It's when someone looks at you, dirty, tired, unpolished, and still sees worth. The chamber went quiet. Even Elias, who had sworn to mock this entire contest, felt his chest tighten.
The twist.
Just as the judges prepared to deliberate, the station shuddered. Sirens wailed. Pirates! Cricks hissed, reading the radar. A whole fleet. They're boarding. Chaos erupted. Security scrambled, but the pirates were too many. In the confusion, contestants fled backstage. Elias grabbed his blaster. Through the smoke and alarms, one figure moved with startling calm. Liye. She seized her mining hammer, the same one she'd used on stage, and smashed open a bulkhead door to block advancing raiders. Her uniform tore as she fought, grime streaking her face, but she didn't stop. Jexa unleashed fire, scattering attackers. Talira used her shimmering skin to blind enemies. But it was Liye, swinging her hammer with raw strength, who rallied them.
Move.
We're not trophies, we're survivors, she roared. The audience, still connected via holostream, watched as the so-called beauty contestants became warriors, defending the station with everything they had. Aftermath. When the pirates finally retreated, the arena was a wreck. The contest could have been cancelled, but instead, the council convened immediately. Millions demanded an answer. Who won? The judges conferred, then announced. For proving that beauty is not skin deep, but courage, resilience, and truth, Liye of Caldus is hereby declared the hottest female in the galaxy. The crowd erupted. Some cheered. Some jeered. Jexa stormed off in fury. Talira smiled gracefully, conceding. Liye stood stunned, her miner's uniform torn, her knuckles bruised. I didn't come here to win, she whispered. Elias approached her, clapping her on the shoulder. That's why you did.
Epilogue.
Weeks later, propaganda posters spread across the galaxy. Not of gowns, sequins, or shimmering perfection, but of Liye, hammer slung across her shoulder, dirt smudged across her cheek. The caption read, "Beauty is survival." And for once, even Elias had to admit, the council got it right.